Here we go. So foundation your feet and hips distance apart. Draw your navel up and in. Find that soft bend in your knee. Start your shoulder rolls. We'll just do a few today. Let's just get going here. Up, back, and around. Up, back, and around. Find your breath. Find that core stability. 2 more. And then start to take it forward. Forward, down, and around. Forward, down, and around. You have 3. You have 2. Last one, take 1 more. Up, back, and around. And then take that deep bend to your knees. Reach down. Inhale, reach up. Let's take just 3 more of these. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Last one down. Hold it on the up. And then just start marching right and left. It's right, left, right, left. Plug your shoulders back. Keep your gaze straight ahead. It's a lift of the knee in front of the same side hip. Keep your torso stable. Press into the standing foot. Each time you lift the knee, you draw your navel in a little deeper. You got it. Start to add the arms. Just a little lat push pull, or you can just pulse your arms back, whatever feels good for you. You got it. You have 10. You have 9. It's 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4. You have 3. Last 2. Last one right. Last one left. Plant your feet. Take that deep bend. Take that big inhale all the way up. As you exhale, just take a little back bend. Go post your arms. Lift your heart. Draw your navel in. And now take your gaze slightly higher to where the ceiling meets the wall. And then trace it up to the ceiling. Let's do a few of these. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, baby back bend. 1 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down. Deep bend to your knees. Plant your hands. Walk your hands forward. Bring your knees down. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Let's take some cat-cows. Inhale, arch your back and lift your gaze. Drop your belly. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Dome out your spine. Inhale, back to neutral. And then from here, step your right foot back. Your left foot back. Don't take the modification until you have really found that length in your spine. And then you can take your knees down, bend your knees. Otherwise, you are gazing straight down. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Tuck your tailbone slightly under. Keep lengthening your spine. Press into your ball mounts. Lift your heels. If you are in full high plank, hold it here. We're just going to take some knee bends right and left. Option to just hold your plank if you're on your knees, or hold your plank either way, or add your little knee bend for 8, for 7, for 6. You have 5, only 4, 3, 2. Hold your plank for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Tap your knees down, hips over your knees. Dive your heart forward into your extension. Stretch. Reach your fingertips to the upper corners of your mat. Start to reach your tailbone up to the ceiling, and then press your heart down. You can tense your finger pads to help draw your shoulders back, and then you can lay your forearms flat, lay your forehead down, and really just feel the stretch in your low back. And then slowly, very slowly, start to roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Come to your forearms, and then step your right foot, your left foot back, straight into your forearm plank. We are just going to hold here today. We are not going to add any movement. We are going to find our best powerhouse pose. So bring your shoulders over your elbows. Once again, press into your ball mounts, lift your heels. You feel yourself shift slightly forward. If you don't have that length, you can slide your ball mounts back. But just hold it here. All I ask is 30 seconds. 30 seconds in your powerhouse pose. Really feeling that lengthening of your spine. Once again, you can take that modification of coming to your knees, bending your knees, bringing your heels to your seat. Feel that your foundation is not on your kneecap, but above if you're on your knees. And just start to traction your elbows towards your hips. Take that teeny tiny tuck of your tailbone and draw your navel in as deeply as you can into your spine, taking out any kind of overarching. Yep, you got it. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap your knees down. Now to separate your knees, it may be as wide as your mat or just wider than your hips. Bring your big toes to touch. Push your mat forward and away. Just think your hips as far back as it'll go. Now slide your hands towards the upper corners of your mat. You can even kind of shimmy all the way up. Right hand first, left hand once you find that length. Once again, tense your finger pads. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and then lay your forehead down. And then from here, I ask that you draw your navel and make this an active recovery, active reset. before we head into our abdominal work. All righty, one more breath. And then slowly, very slowly, start to roll up. One vertebrae at a time. We are headed into our high C work today. And so from here, slowly just have a seat, sweep your legs forward. And you know what? Yeah, let's use our ball today. Place your ball high between your thighs. Mine's a little overinflated today. I feel like I'm in the studio. Press into your feet that are hip distance. You're on your sitting bones. You can shimmy side to side to really feel that. Feel that your tailbone is pointing down. You do that by lengthening your spine. Now squeeze the ball. Take your hands behind your hamstring. Sit up super tall. Really draw your shoulders down and lift your heart. Find that neutral spine. Now press your hands to the back of your thighs. Press your thighs into your hands. We're just going to find a little boat pose first by just hinging back with a neutral spine until you feel your abs start to kick in. So the lower abdominal. Yep. Hold it right here. Squeeze your ball a little tighter. Take a big inhale. Take a big exhale. And then on your next inhale, start to hinge back further. And as you exhale, scoop out your abdominal. Someone's punched you in the gut. You're rolling back onto the back of your hips. Once you find the back of your hips, take your gaze slightly higher. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Elbows wide, maybe elbows pointing down. You can release your hands at any time. But now you're going to inhale, tip back. Exhale, curl up and forward. Tip back, curl up and forward. You got it. Feel that equal weight under your feet and under your hips. Feel the roundedness of your low back, rounding towards the wall behind you. And that curl up and forward, really, it's just a squeeze of the ball, a draw of the navel in, and pull your heart towards your thighs, towards that ball that's right there. You only have 4. You have 3. Last 2. Hold it on the back. Shake your head no, nod your head yes. Option to dig your left heel down. Now squeeze your ball. Both hands come to the outside of your right thigh. Inhale, square everything up. Tip back. Take your gaze slightly higher. As you exhale, curl up and over. Inhale, tip back. Exhale, curl up and over. You got it. Keep squeezing the ball. You are digging your left heel down so that your left hip does not lift. You're squeezing into the ball with both thighs. That will keep your right hip from lifting. You have 3. Exhale as you twist. Last 2. Hold it on this next twist. Draw your shoulders down. Option to extend your arms, lock your thumbs. Pulse it out. Just twist it a little further. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back center. Lay your left toes down. Shake your head no, nod your head yes. Realign, re-engage, round out your low back. Take your gaze slightly higher. Dig your right heel down. Right hand outside of left thigh. Inhale, square everything center. Tip back. Exhale, curl up and over to the left. Inhale, tip back. Exhale, curl up and over. Yes, you can do it. Draw your navel in. Maintain that roundedness of your low back. You only have 4. It's inhale, tip center. Exhale, twist up and over. You have 3. So strong, ladies. You have 2. And on your next one here, hold that twist. Can you take it a little deeper? Relax your shoulders. Now pulse it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back center. This time, dig both heels down. Hopefully you do have a mat under you, so it's going to be sticky. It's going to provide some resistance. And so from here, option to extend your arms. You're going to reach your arms up, extend your legs, and then exhale, bring your legs back in. The movement is not a lot for your spine. Right here, it's kind of your legs are really trying to make your obliques work, making your transverse abdominals work. You can even just hold your tip back and just extend your legs out and in, out and in. Only 3 more. Only 2. On your next one, hold it on the out. Really dig your heels down, squeeze your ball, lift your arms higher, hold it here. Maybe even close your eyes. Draw your navel in for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Whew, slowly, hands behind hamstrings. Come all the way up to sitting. Remove the ball. Extend your legs so you have a soft bend behind your knees. Dig your heels down. Toes are up. So let's take a big inhale. Reach your arms up. As you exhale, just a small bend to the elbows. Let's work on just stacking the spine. Crown of head up, tailbone down. Hold it here. And then inhale, reach your arms up as you exhale, hinge forward with that flat back. Start to feel a hamstring stretch, I know. Drop your arm, tuck your chin to your chest, let your head hang heavy, start to extend your legs, but keep a soft bend unless you really just want a hamstring stretch. I like to keep a nice soft bend, let my abdominals touch my thighs, and as I let my head hang heavy, you get a release in your low back. So take a couple more breaths here. All right. Then slowly, very slowly start to roll up. One vertebrae at a time, sweep your legs behind you, come back to your all fours. Take some more cat-cows. So inhale, cow, arch your back, lift your gaze. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest into your cat. Come back center, maybe take some of these little hip stretches. So just drawing your shoulder to your hip to your shoulder. And then when you're ready, come back to your neutral, tuck your toes under. Press the floor forward in a way as you lift your hips up and back. Bring your ears between your biceps. Keep a deep bend to your knees here. You can even touch your abdominals to your thighs. Anything that will help you lift your hips up a little higher and press them back further. And then once you've got that, and your ears are between your biceps, you can then start to lengthen your legs. So you've got your hips as high as they can go, press back as far as they can go. Energize your heels towards your mat. Your heels don't have to touch, but feel that lengthening of the entire back line of your body. As you inhale, start to gaze forward, and as you exhale, walk your feet to the back of your wrist. Take that deep bend to your knees. Again, abdominals can rest on your thighs. This time, let your head hang heavy. Shake it, no, not it yet. You can grab for opposite elbow and just sway side to side. And then slowly, very slowly, come back center. Press your hands down or let your fingers fall. Start to extend your legs, and then slowly roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Your head comes up last, and we are headed into our arm work. So grab your weight. We are going to do it just standing. We might add a little parallel squat. I have to check my little notes. I forgot what I planned for today. All right. So find your feet at hip distance. Same thing. Strong foundation, strong legs. Start your bicep curl center. You got it. So inhale as you extend your arms. Exhale as you curl your weight towards your shoulders. With or without weight, it's up to you. Either way, hug muscle to bone. So that feeling of hugging muscle to bone is that feeling you get when you're bracing yourself. Think about walking down the street on a really windy day, or even just standing there, right? You are planting into your feet. You're making your legs strong, your core strong, so you don't get knocked over by the wind. Same feeling in your muscles, not just your legs and your core, but same with your arms. So feel like you don't want someone to push on your arms. Your elbows are right under your shoulders. You have 3 more. You have 2. We're taking it fairly slow. 2 counts down, 2 counts up. Hold it halfway, pulse it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to wide bicep curl. So now just externally rotate your forearms. Feet foundation, stay the same. Exhale as you squeeze your bicep at the top. Biceps, I should say. Let's take 8, 7. I'm going to drop my weights today. I already taught a class this morning. So you got it. You have 3. I'm just going to work on engaging muscle to bone. On your next one, hold it at 90. Pulse it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Turn your palms forward. Let's do our alternating hammer curls wide. So right up, left down. Switch, 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 switch. Right up, left up. Still keep squeezing that muscle, that bicep. Working on the long head. It feels a little different. You got it. You have 4 more on each side. You have 3. You have 2. Last one right. Last one left. Come back to 90 degrees. Let's extend both arms out. Keep a soft bend in the elbows. Extend them out right here. Keep that soft bend. So wrists should be at the same height as your shoulders. Elbows can be lower. Now do some circles, up, back, and around. Up, back, and around. Up, back, and around. You have 6. You have 5. You have 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it forward, down, and around. Forward, down, and around. You got it. You have 8, 7, 6, 5. So arms just in a wide V. So once we take, if we were to take our arms in the same plane as our body, you will then have just more load for your shoulders. Last one. Now from here, so still in this V, you're just gonna press your biceps up and then press them back. It's up and back, up, back, up, back. 5, 4, 3, 2, last press up, last press back. Bring your elbows back in. Now just press your forearms back, 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 back. You got it. Back, 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 back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Little rotator cuff strengthening. You got it. And then just hold it here. 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to grab my weights again. And so from here, bring your forearms back down to center. And we're going to take that squat, knees bend, booty sinks back and down. Lift your heart, extend your arms. We're just going to start with our reverse fly. So soft bend to the elbows like you're hugging a giant tree, and then lift and lift up to shoulder height with your torso bent forward. Now, feel your weight shift to your heels. So maybe practice this. Lift your toes up, press into your ball mounts and your heels. And then let's work on a reverse fly because you only have 5 more left. Now tuck your tailbone slightly under, draw your navel in to keep your spine neutral so we're not overarching the back. You have 2. Last center, hold it here. Pulse, 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 pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back center. Shrug your shoulders up, back, and down. Extend your arms. From here, lift your elbows as high as you can. From here, extend your arms back. Let's find your bend reaches, with or without weight. Pinkies up, thumbs down. You got it. Bend reach. Can you sink your hips lower? Can you lift your heart a little higher? You have 3 more bend reaches. You have 2. Hold the reach right here. Slowly turn your palms down. Slowly widen the opening between your hands. Relax your shoulders. Now lift and then press your pinkies in towards each other. Lift and in. It's up and in. It's up and in. You have 8. You have 7. You have 6. Only 5. You can ditch your weights at any time. Last 3. Last 2. Now just hold the up, hold the in, draw your shoulders down, lift your arms a little higher. We're just gonna hold. We're done with triceps. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your arms, stack your spine, shake it out. All right, let's stretch our arms, our quads. Let's get into our thigh work. So from here, reach your arms up. Draw your shoulders down, bend your right elbow, high five your back, find your tricep release on the right side. Press the back of your head to your right forearm as you lift your heart and you draw your navel in. And then switch it out, left elbow bent, high five your back, same thing. You stay straight ahead, but you're lifting your heart and relaxing your shoulders. And then slowly release. Take your arms to either side of you. Take that giant shoulder roll up, back, and around. Lift your gaze, lift your heart. Take that small back bend. Let your arms drop back so you're finding a chest expansion, a front shoulder stretch. And slowly bring your shoulders up, back, and forward. Clasp your hands in front of you. Press them outward. Tuck your chin to your chest. And from here, draw your shoulders down. Keep your navel pulled in. Press your hands forward. You can round out your upper back. And then tuck your chin to your chest so you got a neck stretch, upper back stretch, rear shoulder stretch. And then slowly roll your shoulders up, back, and around first. Release your hands. And then find your chair, your bar. Let's stretch the right quad. So right foot comes into your right hand. Maybe your left hand is at the bar, your chair. Press your thighs together first. Pull your right knee behind your left. And once again, lift your heart, draw your navel in, square everything off. Give your left glute a little squeeze to stabilize onto your standing leg. And then maybe find a balance challenge. Just release your left hand from your bar. And then slowly switch it out. Release your right foot. Right hand to your chair or bar. Left foot into your left hand, into your outer edge of your foot. Thighs together. Pull your left knee behind the right. Tuck your hips under slightly. Lift your heart. Draw your navel in. Keep pulling that left knee back. Squeeze your right glute. Press into your right foot. And maybe release your right hand just for a little balance challenge. One more breath. And then slowly, very slowly release. Okay, so what do we have today? We have turned out squat. So we will start with that. I'm gonna have you grab your ball. So find your feet, start at hips distance, toes are forward, take them slightly wider than your hips. Turn your toes out to 10 and 2. Place your ball at heart center with your fingers pointing up. And then just squat it down. Yes, your shoulders hinge forward. Press your ball. Now pulse your hips down an inch, up an inch. Down an inch, up an inch. You got it. So sink your booty back and down. So if I stand, I'm going to take my heels just almost outside my mat so you guys can see them in profile. But right outside the hip line is good. Take it wider, as wide as your mat. Anything wider becomes a wide turned out, and you would need to stack your shoulders over your hips. You have 5 more. You have 4, 3, 2, hold it here. So we are going to squat all the way down, and then you are going to come up to the right, stack your right hip over your over your right ankle, and then you're just gonna tap your left toe. Squat down, switch, down, right, down, reach the ball. Yep, you got it. Just a little bit, take this as fast or as slow. Your heart rate will go up either way because it is a large range of motion. You got it. Down. I'm out of breath. I'm at altitude. That's my excuse. You guys got it. You have 8. You have 7. You have 6. You got it. Only 5. You have 4. You're going to hold it back center. In 2. In 1. Hold it here. Squeeze the ball with your palms. Sink your hips a little lower. Lift your heart a little higher. And hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come up. Shake it out. Shake it out. We are headed into our narrow V. And so here, karate chop your bar. Or if you want to do it in profile, it's up to you. So from here, karate chop your bar if that's what you want. Heels together, toes apart. Squeeze your heels together first. And then lift them off the floor. Maybe 2 inches. You got it. Hold it here, soft bend to your knees. Okay. Feeble in. And then start to just bend your knees further. So they're just going to travel past your second and third toes. That's the line you want. Once you find your lowest point, close your eyes. Squeeze your heels. Draw your navel in. Plug your shoulders back. 2 more breaths like that. Heel squeeze, navel in, shoulders back. 1 more. And then from here, now take it down an inch, up an inch. Down an inch, up an inch. Yeah. So maybe keep your eyes closed and focus on the squeeze of your heels and then your tailbone traveling. So small. It's not big at all. Yeah, you got it. 8, 7, 6. Shoulders stay over your hips, tailbone pointing to your heels. Last 3, 2, hold it here. Let's tuck, release your hips, tuck, release, tuck, release. You got it. Tuck, release your hips. You got it. Tuck it under and release just to neutral. No need to hyperextend your low back. It's really all about pulling your navel in and squeezing your glutes right here. You have 8, 7, 6. Can you come down a little lower? You have 4. Only 3. It's 2, 1. Come back to neutral. Squeeze your heels, extend your legs all the way up. All right, lower your heels to 2 inches. Soft bend to your knees. 8 counts to find your lowest point. You have 7, 6, 5. You have a hold. In 3, in 2. Hold this, your lowest point. Squeeze your heels. Yep, press your thighs out. And at the same time, press them inwards. Yeah, that sounds weird. I know. I'm just talking so you guys can hold. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Extend your legs, land your heels, shake it out. Bring your feet back to parallel. Woohoo! All righty. Well, the schedule says hinge. So we are heading into hinge. So slowly, very slowly, come to a kneeling position on your mat. If you have an extra pad to put under your knees, go right ahead. I'm going to just double up my mat. These hardwood floors are rough. Okay, so once again, grab your ball. Let's place your ball high between your thighs. I remember if we did this yesterday. Wow, I can't remember anything. So press into your shin. Take the tops of your feet down to the mat. Squeeze your ball. Take your hands to heart center. All right, in a prayer position right here. Squeeze your ball. You're going to keep a tight squeeze on the ball. Squeeze your glutes. Start to hinge back and back. Find your edge. Take an inhale. Exhale, come back. Almost a vertical, not quite. Back and back. It's forward and forward. Back and back. So maintaining that engagement in your quads. Because once you come back all the way up to vertical, you release that. So you don't want to come all the way back up. You only have 2 more. On your next one, hold it on the back. Now squeeze your ball. Squeeze your ball. You're going to, instead of tuck release, squeezing both glutes, squeeze your right glutes, your left glutes. Right, left, right, left. Teeny tiny hip tips, but only focus on squeezing the glutes. The navel stays pulled in. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, right, left. Hold it center. Now squeeze both glutes. Hinge back a little further. Draw your navel in. That's your hold right there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Oh my goodness. All right. Release that ball. Come to your all fours. Tap out your shin. All righty, ladies. Here we go. We're going to stretch. But first, let's sit on our heels. So tuck your toes under. Have a seat on your heels. Roll out your wrists. Roll your shoulders. Roll your neck. Whatever you need to do. Take one more breath at that. And then slowly come back up to your kneeling position. Maybe you still have that double mat under you. And then let's stretch the left side first. Step your right foot forward. Stack your right knee over your right ankle. Keep your shoulders stacked over your hips to start. So here, all I want you to do is try to point your tailbone down. Square your hips. Draw your left hip forward, your right hip back. Now squeeze your left glute. Right? Feel how when you engage the left glute, you are releasing the front, the hip flexor. Now keep that glute squeeze. Hinge forward. Right forearm to your right quad. Bend your left knee. Bring your left heel towards your seat. Reach back if your flexibility allows. Now square your shoulders and your hips. Draw your navel up and away from your thigh. Now pull your heel in close. Once again, squeeze your left glute a little tighter. Feel that release of your hip flexor and feel your quad stretch. Slowly release your left foot down. Finger pads down. Extend your right leg, right toes come up. Make sure your left hip stops over your left knee. Then slide your right leg straight. Once you find that, flex your right foot. Power up to your finger pads. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then as you exhale, just hinge forward with that neutral. Reach your heart to your toes to your heart. Your gaze comes down maybe towards your right ankle. Finding the deepest neutral spine hamstring stretch your body allows today. Bend your elbows, press your hands into your mat. Micro bend in the knees, so trying not to hyperextend that extended leg. Keep this stretch. Reach your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Draw your shoulders down and gaze over your right shoulder. Find that length in your left side body in this little twist, but also find length in that right side where you're finding some compression. Try not to give in to that compression. And then slowly left hand comes back. Right ball mount presses down, square your hips. Big inhale. This time your crown of head reaches all the way forward, still in your neutral spine. But then as you exhale, round it up and over. Let your head hang heavy. Shake it. No, nod it. Yes. Press your mat forward and away to help you draw your shoulders away from your ears. Press into your right ball mount. Feel that deep hamstring stretch in your flexed spine. Let's take one more breath. And then slowly press your floor away. Bring your right hand in to meet your left. Shift your hips back. So lift your right toe, shift your hips back. And then sweep your right leg all the way around. Bring your right knee back under your right hip. Stack your spine. Shake it out a little bit. Find yourself knees at hip distance. Step your left foot forward. Once again, stack your left knee over your left ankle. Stack your shoulders over your hips as best as you can. Your right knee is already behind your right hip, so you have hip extension going on. Now squeeze your right glute. Feel that right hip flexor. Draw your navel in to help point your tailbone down as best as you can right now. And then take that hinge forward left forearm to your left quad. Bend your right knee slowly, coming to the above your kneecap. Reach back with your right hand for the outer edge of your right foot. Bring your right heel as close to your seat as you can. Square your shoulders, your hips. Draw your navel away from your left thigh. Squeeze your right glute. Actively squeeze it. We do bar, so we know exactly what it feels when you have to squeeze a very specific muscle, especially the glute. We are more than aware of that, right? Slowly, very slowly, release your right foot down, finger pads down, extend your left leg, left toes up, right hip over right knee, slide your left leg straight. Square your hips, left hip back, right hip forward. Power up to your finger pads, lift your heart. Big inhale, lengthen your spine in your neutral spine. And then just hinge it forward, still in your neutral spine. Reach your heart to your toes, flex your left foot to reach your toes to your heart. Once again, hold this position. Just switch your right hand to come to the outside of your left foot. Draw your shoulders down first and gaze over your left shoulder. Once again, finding that lengthening of the right side body and not giving in to the compression of that left side. So pull your navel in, try to create space on that left side as well. And then bring your right hand back center. Press your left ball mount down, re-square your hips. Big inhale, lengthen your spine forward. As you exhale, round up and over your straight left leg, letting your head hang heavy. Once again, you can shake it. No, not it yet. But press into your left ball mount. Once again, try not to hyperextend your left leg. Take 2 more breaths here. You should feel really good. Even if your ball mount cannot touch the floor, that's okay. And then slowly press the floor away. Bring your left hand in to meet your right. Shift your weight to the right as you sweep your left leg all the way around. Bring your left knee back under your left hip. Have a seat on your heels again. Just another set of wrist stretches, maybe finger stretches. I like to crack my knuckles, but as I get older, they don't actually crack anymore. All righty, have a seat. Let's head into some little flat back beginning and into a low seat. So just bring your ball once again high between your thighs. Hands behind your hamstrings to start, feet are hips distance. So from here, tuck your chin to your chest. You're just going to round all the way down. So finding that high seat position. Maybe you dig your heels down. From your high seat position, you're going to lower all the way down until your entire torso from the back of your head down to your hips are flat on the floor. Come onto your ball mount if you'd like, or press into all 4 corners of your feet. Because from here, I just want to find my flat back engagement. Squeeze the ball, lift your toes off the floor. We're just going to tuck our hips under. Tuck it under. Press your hands flat or robot your arms. Whatever works for you. I just want you to find this flat back abdominal engagement. So as you just tuck your hips under and lift your tailbone off, you're still pressing into the back of your hips and then into your low back. Your entire head, neck, and shoulders and upper back stay flat on the floor. You have 3 more. You have 2 and 1. Slowly from here. You can press your feet back to the floor. Hands come behind your hamstrings. So now you've established your low back pressing into your mat. We're going to come back to a flat back floor at the end of class. Navel in. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Curl it up and forward. Elbows wide. Hold it here. Breathe into your low back. So just as you exhale, pull your navel in. Press your low back further into your mat. All right, hands can switch to the back of your head if you'd like. Full range crunches. Inhale, lower and lower. Exhale, lift and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl it up and forward. So draw your navel in, narrow your rib cage, lift your heart up, and then towards the ball that's between your thighs. You got it. You have 8. Lower and lower. Curl it up and forward. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl. You have 6. You have 5. You have 4. You have 3. You'll pulse in 2. Now hold it on the up. Just pulse it out. Really just draw your navel in. The little pulse of your heart goes up and forward, up and forward, up and forward. You have 8, 7, 6, 5. We're going to take a reset in 3, in 2, in 1. Slowly lower your head, neck, and shoulders all the way down. Extend your right leg long. You can flex your feet. Squeeze your ball. Take both hands to the outside of your right thigh. And then from here, inhale, center it up. Exhale, curl it up and over. Inhale, lower and lower. Exhale, curl it up and over. Option to release your left arm up and lower it down behind you. As you inhale, as you exhale, you can reach your left hand forward your right pinky toe. You have 5. Inhale, lower. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lower. Exhale, twist. You only have 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it on that twist. Pulse it out. 8, 7, 6. Hand placement, your choice. Behind your neck, behind your hamstrings, or reaching up. Last 1. Slowly come back center. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders. Switch out your legs. Right foot down. Left leg extends. You can flex your foot if you'd like, but definitely squeeze the ball. Both hands to the outside of your left thigh. Inhale, square off your shoulders on your mat. Exhale, curl it up and over. Inhale, lower. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lower. Exhale, twist. So no movement, no shifting behind your hips. Once again, you can take your hand, extend it. You can take your hand behind your neck, but you are just twisting up and over. You have 5. You have 4. Last 3. You'll pulse in 2. Last 1, center. Hold the twist, pulse it out. 8, 7, 6. Draw your navel in a little tighter. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back center. Another quick reset here. Both legs come up. Flex your feet. See if you can try to reach your heels to the ceiling with knees bent or legs fully extended. Equal weight across the back of your hips. We'll start with hands behind hamstrings to help us find our deepest high C. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl it all the way up. And then from here, extend your arms if you'd like. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl it up. You only have 4. You have 3. Because we have pulses. In 2. In 1. Hold it here. Option to reach for your toes. Pulse it out. Pulse. Pulse. You're still reaching your heart to the ball, but you're reaching your fingers to your toes for 4. For 3, you have a hold right here. Just reach your heart up and forward. Hold it here. You can take your hands back behind your hamstring to find a deeper engagement right here in your hold. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Bring your feet back to your mat. Release your ball. Hug your knees into your chest. Shift side to side. Give your low back a massage. And then from here, just bring your feet back, your ball mounts back to your mat. Extend your arms either side of you. We're just going to windshield wiper our legs. So you can just shift your knee to the right, to the left. Yep, you can let your hips lift or see what it feels like when you don't. It's up to you. But a little lift is okay. You're giving yourself a little dynamic twist right here. So just take it slow. Alrighty, when you're ready to come back center, hug your knees back into your chest, shift side to side 1 more time, and then rock and roll the length of your spine 1 or 2 times, and then come all the way up. Sweep your legs behind you. Let's find our all fours once again, because cat-cows, right? Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, cow, arch your back, lift your gaze, let your belly drop. Exhale, chin to chest, dome out your spine into your cat. Again, inhale. Exhale. Come back to your neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes under. Once again, find that down dog. Hips up, heels are up. Press them back. Energize your heels towards your mat. Just once again, a nice lengthening of the back line of your body. Ears are between your biceps. Take your gaze forward. Start to tiptoe your feet to the back of your wrist. Once you find a good position to start to roll up, slowly roll up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Yay! All right, ladies. My camera keeps dipping down. I think my little Thing here is messed up. All right, we're headed into fold over. And so with that, find your chair, your makeshift bar, if you're lucky enough to have a bar. All righty, so we will start with the right side up. And so I will start here. I'm going to stand in front of the back of my chair. If it's more stable for you to do like a half fold over, half all fours, you can hold on to the other side of your chair, but I will demonstrate it this way. So hands slightly wider than shoulders, and then feet hips distance. You have a soft bend to your knees. I like to do a modified fold over because I tend to overarch my back in a full, but it's up to you. So as long as your hips are over your ankles, and then you only have a soft bend in your elbows. Lift your right heel up, slide your right foot back. All right, draw your navel in. And then so right here, you already just lift your right thigh up, find a soft bend, and then start to squeeze. Squeeze. As you start these squeezes, you feel that your right side is working. So your weight really does rest into your right hand. If you're pushing away, you can use your left hand to wrap around your waist to make sure that you've engaged your abdominal. You can feel for your hips to make sure they're square. So it's a draw of the right hip point towards your mat. You got it. Soft bend to your knee. You're just pressing your right thigh up. You're working your right gluteus maximus right now. So if you focus on the lift and the squeeze, you got it. You got it. Keep your navel drawn in. Your shoulders and your hips are square. So you can take it like full modified and really not go back very far. So it's almost like halfway between fold over and parallel. It's up to you. It's just that in parallel, we would not hinge our torso forward. You have 5 more. Yes, we've spent almost a minute just in this right thigh squeezing up. You got it. 2. Hold it right there. From here, just want you to take a little reset. Lift your left heel up and then slowly lower it down. Find that soft bend. Now flex your right foot. Reach your right leg straight. 4 bend reaches. You have 3. Reach your heel back. Last 2. Hold that reach without changing anything, maybe except lifting your thigh a little higher. Now bend your right knee, bring it in. Extend your right leg, and then bring your heel back in. Out and out. It's in and in. Yep, so the left foot is your foundation. Your left gluteus medius is creating the stability on this entire left side. You have 4 more. Extend, extend, bend and bend. Extend, extend, bend and bend. You got it. Last 2. Last 1, so hold that bend 8 times. Bring your heel to your seat. Squeeze. Squeeze it in. Touch your thigh, your hamstring to your calf. You have 3, 2. Hold it here. Press it up, 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 up. We're going to spend maybe, 15 seconds. Squeeze your glutes. Press your heel up, up, up. You got it. Up, up. Squeeze. It's a tiny pulse up. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it right here. Press your heel up, your thigh up. Now point your foot slowly, very slowly. Underhand grip maybe your chair or just hold it a different way so that you can open your torso to the right. Lift your right thigh up, foot is still pointed, press your thigh back. And then option to extend your leg or keep your knee bent. You're just going to circle your thighs, your toes up, back, and around to the right, to the right, to the right. Option here to releve on your left ball mount to then find a little inner thigh stretch going on. You only have 5 more circles with either just your knee bent or your leg extended. You have 3, 2, hold it here. If you haven't already, extend your leg. Start to bend, reach your right leg. Bring your right ankle in line with your right hip. You can look over your right shoulder. Yes, you can. 2 more reaches. Hold the reach. If you haven't already, try it. Lift your left heel up. 10 times, lift your right leg up and hold, up and hold, up and hold. You have 7, you have 6. Keep your navel drawn in, your shoulders away from your ears. I lost count. We have 3, I think. Last 2, hold it here. Straighter, stronger, longer. Lift your left heel higher. 2 and 1. Right? All right, slowly square your hips. Bring your right leg back down. Shake it out. Walk it out a little bit. And then hands at your bar, your chair. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Have a seat. So, unless you have a bar where you can pull away, it's really about balance. So you can, my chair will just tip back if I pull on it. So really, it's a lot of core strength and stability. I'm going to demonstrate with my left ankle because my right ankle does not go up there. So you're really just having a seat. You're sitting cross-legged. Lift your heart. And then slowly, very slowly, start to lengthen your left leg and let your right foot come back to the floor. All right, we might as well take that same stretch on the other side because that left gluteus medius did work hard. So left ankle over right knee. Have a seat. Sink as deeply as you can, and then lift your heart, draw your navel in. So depending on your hip mobility. All right, breathe into that stretch, stretching your piriformis, opening up your left hip this time. And then slowly, very slowly, take a big inhale as you lengthen your right leg. And you're gonna let your left foot come back to your mat. All righty, we gotta work the left side. So same thing. Whatever position you decide to do, modified fold over, full fold over, somewhere between parallel. So, all right. Lift your left heel, slide your left foot back. So right now, I'm already back of the head all the way to my ankle, all one line. Lift your left thigh up, find that soft bend, square your hips. Now just press, squeeze, press your left thigh up. You got it. Press, press. Press. It's a squeeze of the glute, a press of your thigh up. And once you've kind of got that movement going, it becomes a little bit more mindless. So we can focus on pressing into all four corners of your standing foot, maybe a softer bend in that knee. Yep, maybe take your right hand, now wrap it around your waist, making sure that your hips are square, your navel is drawn in. You got it. A little bit longer. Yep, squeeze your left glute. Gotta get that left gluteus maximus firing. And yes, you can probably feel your right gluteus medius firing already as well, because that is providing the stability in your standing leg. You have 8, 7, 6. Keep drawing your left hip point towards your mat. You got it. 3, last 2, last 1. Flex your left foot, extend your left leg. Yep, bend, reach, tiny bend in the knee, big reach. Finding the straightest, strongest left leg possible. Hold your reach, lift your left thigh a little higher, draw your navel in. Now start to bend your left knee in and in. It's extend and extend. Slow it down. Keep the foot flexed. Try to touch your calf to your hamstring. You got it. You have 5. You have 4. You have 3. You got it. Only 2. You got it, Lise. All right, Sue, looking to hold it right here. Your foot is still flexed. Squeeze your heel to your glute. Yep. Squeeze your hamstring, the back of your thigh to the back of your lower leg. You have 4. You have 3. Last 2, hold that squeeze. Now just press it back. Yep, like you are pressing your heel either to where the ceiling meets the wall or up to the ceiling. You got it. Your foot is flexed. Yep, you got it. Ooh, right? You have 10, 9, squeeze and hold, squeeze and hold, squeeze and hold. You have 6, last 5, only 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Point your foot, slowly, very slowly. Open your torso to the left. Lift your left thigh a little higher, press back, option to extend the leg, start to draw your circles up, back, and around. So it's to the left, little circles to the wall behind you. You got it. You only have 10. You have 9. Keep your navel drawn in. You have the option now of lifting your right heel off the floor, just an option, but it feels pretty good. I don't know why. I'd have to look that up. Something about opening up the hips. You have 3. You have 2, 1. All right, start to bend, reach your left leg again. You got it. Line your left ankle up with your left hip. You can gaze over your shoulder. Hold the reach right here. Now just lift and press it back. Now just lift. Lift. You only have 8. And can you lift your right heel higher if you've chosen to do so? You have 6. You have 5. Last 4. You have a hold in 2. And hold it here. Get this left leg straighter, stronger, longer, higher. Lift your right heel higher. 2 and 1. Woo! Holy cow. All righty. Slowly bring it in. All right. So, I'd like to do that modified bar stretch using the chair. So I'm going to flip my chair over. For some of you, you know how to do this with just doing it on the floor and holding onto your chair. But if you'd like to try it with the chair, I will try to show you both. Alrighty, so from here, and you can use your strap if you'd like. And we're not gonna wrap it on the chair because we don't want to risk pulling the chair down. What you're gonna do is, so stand hips distance apart in front of your chair. Far back enough so that when you bend your right knee, lift your right heel, you can bring your right heel more towards the center of your chair. You wanna use your strap, take it behind your arch. Now just find length in your spine. So your feet are kind of railroad tracks, so they're still a hip distance apart. Pull back on your strap, elbows wide. Press into your left foot, squeeze your left glute to help you find length, flex your right foot, and then from here, take a big inhale, crown of head up. Exhale, just hinge forward. So start to find that hamstring stretch. Pull on the straps back. If you want to take your straps together, walk down your strap, you can do that. And then maybe you can reach a chair. It's up to you. If you're doing this on the floor and not on a chair, or if you have a bar, obviously you're doing great. This is where you are. You're having to bend your left knee. So I'm going to keep demonstrating on the chair. One more breath in this neutral spine hamstring stretch. Now, if you haven't already, take your straps together. Start to walk down your strap as far as you can, as long as you're stable, or you can take your hands to your chair. Big inhale, crown of head reaches forward. As you exhale, find that round back hamstring stretch. You got it. Now from here, start to bend and extend your left leg. So we really want to be able to place our hands on our chair, something stable, so that you can bend and extend your left leg. Release the calf and Achilles on that left leg. One more bend, one more extend. And then from here, you can remove your strap if you want. You're going to slide your heel back as you press your right ball mount onto your chair. And then from there, you're going to take a small bend to your knee, reach your fingertips towards the floor, and then start to reach up, up, up. You can then, once you're kind of halfway up, your toes can come back up a little bit. Now lengthen up, slowly take your hands to heart center, bend your right knee in front of your right hip, and just slide your foot off your chair and hold it here for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. All right. Do the other side. So once again, feet hips distance, facing the seat of your chair. Lift your left heel up, lift your knee, place your left heel onto your chair, take your strap, loop it over. So from here, elbows wide, shoulders down, press into your right foot, extend your right leg, squeeze your right glute, flex your left foot, inhale, lengthen your spine, exhale, hinge forward. So just hinge forward. Turn my profile so you guys can see me better. Now you're not just looking at my butt. All right. So we're hinging forward. You can start to take your straps together. Still with a neutral spine, you're trying to reach your chair. So maybe it's just finger pads if it's not your full hand. Maybe you have a higher chair and it's a little easier to reach, and that's fine. So hold this here. And then slowly, very slowly, big inhale, crown of head reaches forward. As you exhale, just round slightly forward. Not a lot. Now bend and extend your right leg. You can take your toes a little forward if that's more comfortable for you. Sometimes, so I like the foot flex to keep the IT band kind of releasing your left foot. So it just depends on what's more comfortable for you. So one more bend, one more extend. Hold the extend. So once again, drag your left heel a little closer to bring your ball mount down. Find a soft bend in your left knee, maybe in your right knee as well. I know it's a little balance challenge. Release your hands towards your mat. So you're going to inhale, start to come up. And then once you're kind of halfway up, you can dig your left heel down. So then you can find a little easier stability coming up to standing, right? Now bend your left knee a little more. Slide your foot off your chair. Hold your balance challenge, knee in line with left hip for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Wowee. Alrighty, we have just enough time for flat back floor, and then just a little more stretching at the very end. Let me just shift my camera so you guys can see me just a bit better. Okay, so slowly have a seat. Slowly have a seat. Okay, so For flat back floor, slowly lay all the way down. We did a little bit of flat back already earlier. And so from here, I'm going to start on my ball mounts. Once again, heels can be down as long as your ankles are underneath your knees, feet, knees, hips distance. I'm going to take my hands and plant them flat on the floor. And from here, I'm just going to lift my toes off the floor, but my knees will stay over my hips. Once again, I'm just going to do that same thing we did earlier. It's just this time the knees do not come in. It's just, you're just tucking your hips under, tucking your hips under. And another great thing you can try to do is then you can take your hands, the tops of your fingers underneath the low part of your hip, 3 more tucks. You have to hold a tuck here. That means you just draw your navel in. And I want you to make sure you can bring your tailbone back down to the floor and then slowly extend your legs, actually rooftop your legs. So maintain a bend in the knees. Your feet are between a flex and a point. And then from here, you're just going to lower your legs forward. It can be 2 inches. It can be 5 inches. And then you're going to exhale, bring your knees back. So find whatever works for you. And so I know for some ladies, it might be hard to get both legs up, but give it a try. Even if your knees are at 90 degrees, even if your feet have to be lower than your knees, I want you to give it a try. You're just taking your thighs away from you and then bringing it back. You have 8. You have 7. You have 6. So I'm counting rather fast, which means I'm not looking for you to get a lot of lowering on your thighs. I just want you to travel your thighs away from you with control, then bring it in. Last one, bring it right here. Now flex your feet. Extend your legs as best as you can. Maybe they're not straight. That's okay. Draw your navel in. And once again, your knees you can be in tabletop legs. This time, we're going to just lower the right leg first and bring it back, and then the left leg. It's right, it's left. So we're going to take this one slow, 2 counts down for the right, 2 counts up, left, down and down. It's up and up. Your goal here is you have your hands kind of under your hips. You do not want any shifting under your hips. So really trying to focus this on our obliques. You only have 3 more on each side. Right, down and down, then up and up. It's left. It's right. It's left. Last one right. Last one left. Hold it here. Bend, reach again. Bend, reach. I know sometimes this is hard. I just want you to try. And actually, if you want to take your hands behind your hamstrings for additional support, you can do that. This is about abdominals. I'm not trying to force you guys to extend your legs if your body will not allow. Hold it here. So once again, feet are flexed, straight legs, bent legs, whatever. You're going to just take your legs. You're going to shuffle like you are shuffling on the ceiling. So close your eyes. Plug your shoulders back. Lift your heart up towards the ceiling. And you are shuffling. You are shuffling on the ceiling. You got it. Right foot, left foot, forward, back, forward, back. You got it. You got it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Now extend your legs as best as you can. Tiny bend in your knees. Reach your heels up. Every time you reach your heels up, you draw your navel in a little deeper. You can do it. You have 4. You have 3. Keep your tailbone down. 2. Hold it here. I want you to find that opposition, like you are pressing your heels on the ceiling. You're between the ceiling and the floor. You're pressing your hips onto your mat. Draw your navel in. Hold it here. Just hold it. Hold it. Find that engagement through the legs, through the abdominals for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Wow. Hold your knees. Bring your knees into your chest. Shift side to side. So that was nothing too crazy there. Alrighty. We're just going to do a couple stretches and we will be done. I can't hear the music at all, so I'm not sure. Hopefully it has slowed down. All right, come back center. All I'm going to ask you to do is a spinal twist, but you're going to bring your right knee into your chest, extend your left leg long, and then extend your right arm to the side, and then start your twist. Take your right knee, to the left. Find that twist. If you have the flexibility to shift your left hip more to the center of your mat, go right ahead. Your goal here is maybe to look at your right hand, your right forearm, and keep your right shoulder down. and then slowly come back center. Switch out your feet. So first, lengthen your spine. Left knee into your chest, extend your right leg long. You can dig your right heel down if you want. So inhale, knee into your chest. As you exhale, left arm extends. Use your right hand to draw your left knee towards the right. And once again, if you have the flexibility to take your right hip more center line, you're going to gaze at your left elbow, your left forearm, your left hand, and keep your left shoulder flat on the floor. And breathe into your stretch. When you are ready, slowly come back center. Bring your knees into your chest once again. And then find your happy baby. So take your knees towards your shoulders, settle your tailbone down, bring your lower legs up, grab for what's accessible. Today I'm going to grab for my shins and use my elbows to open up my thighs and land my tailbone down and then shift side to side. So really important to have the hips down, the tailbone down. So your entire spine should be neutral on your mat in order to make this a safe and effective stretch. Slowly come back center. Bring your feet, your knees in, extend your legs up, plant your hands flat either side of your hips and then slide them a little bit under your hips like we did in our flat back. And then extend your legs, take a big inhale. Exhale, start to lower your legs all the way down, 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 down. With control, pressing your navel into your spine, your low back into your mat. When your feet touch the floor, release your hands from under your hips, extend them either side of you. Take your legs wide, maybe as wide as your mat. Let your feet fall open. And your knees fall open. Close your eyes and just find your breath, the breath that you started with. Give your body a chance to process everything that it just did. I thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad to be back, and I will see you guys next week.